Ignore that title. This is the 60-in-1 game collection on the Nintendo Switch. It installs two different games here on the console. This 30-in-1 game collection over here, and this Volume 1 30-in-1 game, which is incredibly hard to distinguish, if I'm being honest. So I want to say this is the first collection of games, and this is the second collection of games. This video is going to focus on the first batch of games in this collection. How do I say this? When UFO 50 came out in October or September of 2024, I said, okay, are there any Switch games that kind of have the same vibe? Because I remember back in the day, I was a huge fan of Half Minute Hero, which I need to play again on this channel. It's a laptop friendly game. It's a very good game, but it's not 30 mini games in one. It's just like 4 retro styled games. But they're good games usually. Most of those games are good. This 31 collection is basically like, I guess, like, was that like WarioWare really? It's literally just a bunch of tiny, like, Atari-like games. And I have an Atari 50th anniversary collection in my that I got from the Maryland Library System. This game was also provided by the Maryland Library System. And I should probably mention that it also includes. I'd say in this collection we're talking about maybe like 5 games that are legitimately interesting, and a bunch of mini games that are like amusing for a while, then you'll probably never play them again. So we'll sample what's available here, and then we'll take a look at some of the other games in the other collection. But this is me just kind of reviewing what's available early on. I need to mention this because this game has a system where you have to unlock new levels. For instance, to unlock this island, you have to play all the games on Prehistoric Island and collect stars. You can see the number of stars I have over there on the bottom left-hand corner of the screen. You start here. You have 5 games available, and you unlock it by playing all the games and getting stars in them. Let's just go through the list. Again, most of these games aren't very good. I'm definitely not going to be able to play them all. But I want to be able to spend some time on each game. But again, we're talking about Atari level games here. Let's not kid ourselves. Avoid the falling stone blocks to pick up coins. Move your character with the left stick and press the A button to jump. Press the A button when in the air to perform a punch attack. Okay. You can break the stone blocks from above using your punch attack. Using the punch attack from below will drag the block down. Okay, I don't know why the more fluid in the central tank, the angrier the deity is. To the top, the deity will send a curse. If it will freeze, and many blocks will fall, or you'll become poisoned. The control reversing is really nasty. Like I said, we're gonna be sampling most of these games, but most of them are not very good. So don't kid yourself. So I can press the jump button in midair to do a ground pound on these things to break them, and that's how I get points. My points are on the bottom. My points are on the right side of the screen. Can I get it? Can't reach it. Careful, don't let it fall on you. And they will telegraph the fact that they're going to fall. You can see them kind of shake before they drop. Nope, not good enough. So I guess you have to hop on them twice. Then you get smashed. That's good to know. Nope. There's a thing Whoop! I fell through the floor? What? I don't know what just happened. I think I fell through the floor. What just happened? Let me check on something. Okay. Break the stone blocks from above. Using the punch attack from below will drag the block down. That might be interesting. Purple fluid in the central tank. I don't remember that. So where was the purple fluid? Guess I wasn't paying it. Wait, are we in the purple fluid now? Weird. Well, I don't know what just happened here. So we did fall through the floor, didn't we? Yeah, wait. I don't know what's happening. Did the game break? I don't know what just happened. Yeah, I don't know what happened. Well, I didn't get crushed. I think the game just crashed. I don't know what's happening. Let's try that again. Let's just retry that. See if I can, yeah, let's start over. I don't know what just happened. Huh? Yeah, this doesn't feel right. Maybe this is normal, but this does not feel right. Yeah, I don't know what's happening. Yeah, I don't know if the deity did something or if I'm starting to think the game just broke. Let's leave. Tell you what, we'll leave and then we'll come back. It doesn't. This feels broken. I don't remember running into any bugs the first few hours I've been playing this game. I played this game for maybe 3 or 4 hours already, so I got a pretty good sample of what's included here. This is one of those anthology collections that if it costs like $10, it might be amusing, but it costs like 30. It's one of those. I don't know how many copies of this game has been sold. This feels like, in a way, this kind of feels like Wii Kusage. But to be honest, there's some decent games in here. They're like there's like a clone of Joust here, which is kind of fun. There's a couple of other clones. There are a couple of other clones in this. There are a couple of other clone games included here that are kind of interesting. So there will be at least 4 or 5 games we'll be reviewing that are actually not bad. I guess I died. So we'll try one more. We'll do another game. Don't worry. I just want to set the table here. We're not going to spend a whole bunch of time playing this. There isn't really much to it. And I can't use the D-pad. I have to use the stick, which is one of the problems I have with this collection. Is that very few of the games allow you to use the D-pad, and there are times when you might prefer using a D-pad. Because speaking for myself, I'm an old school gamer and I prefer playing with D-pads. When I'm playing 2D games, uh, pads just feel more comfortable to my thumbs. Like I would describe it as like the muscle memory of having your thumb just play through a game. Like that works for me. Okay, so I got the first star. Yeah, I missed a thing. I think the game just crashed earlier. I don't know what happened. Yeah, I saw that hole in the floor. I don't know what I got, but there was a hole. Yeah, okay. Oh, crushed me. Okay, so I got 2 stars there. So yeah, if you want to do that for about 3 or 4 minutes, you might get a high score. Like I said, this feels like an Atari game. Like, like Video Olympics, these Video Olympics, Air Sea Battle, Combat, a lot of vibes where it's like you have a bunch of very simplistic games with like 1 or 2 mechanics, maybe 3 tops. And then you just kind of get the highest score possible. The AI is much better here than in most Atari games. So there is something to that. I'll give the game that. Okay, what's the goal here? Collect crystals that appear on the platforms to keep the Fennec's life force above 0. Use the D-pad or the stick to choose the direction the Fennec will jump. The platform and the Fennec stars represent its energy. You can increase it by picking up energy spheres that appear on the platforms. Platforms, exclamation marks, will sink to the sand. So you use the buttons, the face buttons, to jump in a particular direction, or you can use the D-pad, which I'm probably going to end up doing. Okay. Fennec stars. You can increase it by picking up energy spheres. Okay. So let's see how we do. Okay, so we're just going to jump. So we can only jump one direction at a time, apparently. You're jumping from node to node. So I guess it's kind of like Frogger. Have I played? I don't think I played Frogger on this channel before, and y'all ain't missing nothing. It's a classic game, but I think it's like a classic Konami game, if I'm not mistaken. But I don't remember it being particularly good. I played it a lot on PC, but Frogger apparently was never really that good of a game. Yeah, the exclamation mark. Yeah, the exclamation marks may dip into the sand, so don't stay on those for too long. Well, careful, see. I'm running out of time. Oh, there I am. I'm in the bottom left-hand corner. I wasn't paying attention. That gave me more time. So I'm stuck. Let's get... Oh, the game... Oh, I ran out of time. It's just a time-based thing. So we'll do that one more time. It's just a time-based thing. Don't worry about it. So yeah, it's like Frogger with disappearing stones in the sand, like whatever. I mean, this is all the game is. This might be an interesting mini game in like a Mario Party, but it's like whatever. So yeah, this game is as fun as you want it to be. This particular game, it's a tweener game. You could argue that all the games in this collection are tweener games. Yeah, I can't go diagonally. So yeah, this is the game where I use the D-pad so my muscle memory can stay strong. But then something like this might happen, and there you go, I made it. So when you get the crystal, the formation changes, which is kind of nice. There we go. So that scarab in the center does nothing, I suppose. Okay, stuck. Okay, so I have to get across quickly as possible. You get that gem. So get that crystal before it disappears. Yeah, definitely get those. Yeah, I was trying to get the... What? Killed me. Trying to get the crystal. Yeah, I made it over. This is where the game gets tough, because then a bunch of a bunch of disappearing platforms start to appear. So that becomes a problem. Nope, can't do it. Running out of time. And then you're just stuck at the bottom. You're just stuck at the bottom of the screen till the next sand platform appears, which isn't amazing. But again, so I got 3 stars there. I can do better, but I'm not really that interested in this particular game. So we'll head back to the menu. So again, this is going to be like a half hour of me sampling games like this, playing them 2 or 3 times, just to kind of get a feel for them, seeing how many stars I can get. So apparently I got 2 stars here earlier. I can change my grip. I'm playing with 2 hands. I don't know what kind of game you think this is. But apparently if you want to play this game on in Tate mode, I guess, is that what they want you to do? Yeah, I don't know what they mean by change grip. I got the Joy-Cons. I'm not screwed. Although normally I just play with regular controllers. This Switch is mounted. I want to say this game only runs at 30 frames a second. I mean, I'm capturing at 60. We'll see how it goes. This is basically a bust-a-move or a puzzle bobble. Create a combination of 3 or more balls of the same color to make them disappear. Aim to scare a beetle with the left stick. Press the A button to launch a ball. Press the B button to swap the current ball with the following one. It's Puzzle Bobble, Bust-a-Move for people in the United States. I believe it came out on the Super NES, but it's definitely a Neo Geo game. And you can aim the ball on the sides, and it'll ricochet off the walls. So again, like Bubble Bobble. The bar on the left goes down after each turn, which you didn't get any points. When it drops to 0, new balls will be added. So you'll recognize this game once I start playing it. So we got a blue ball here. I don't think we're on a timer. We'll see. So we're going to aim for the blues right in front of us and see how it rotates when we hit it, just like Puzzle Bobble. We have a little guide right here. You can't play with the D-pad, so that's kind of annoying. So you kind of have to. Yeah, it requires more precision than what the game offers you, unfortunately. Yeah, I tried to slide that yellow ball in there, and it just didn't happen. It's like pool. It's like pool. We got to work the angles. You know it is. Can I get that purple one? I don't want to risk it. Let's just do a safer bounce. But again, these controls are a bit too slippery, so it's kind of hard to get a precise aim. So it's not a great way to play a puzzle bobble. It's not a great way to play a puzzle bobble game, I'm afraid. So that timer is always counting down, so keep that in mind. Give me that green. And we got a purple here. We can steal if we can aim it. Perfect. Perfect. Now do we get up there? We got to bounce it off the back. Can we bounce it off the side? Hit the back? Nope. Not gonna happen. Bounce this one off the side. There you go. Again, it's Puzzle Bobble. So this is actually a decent game if you like Puzzle Bobble. So if you like this game, kids, hunt down Puzzle Bobble or Bust-a-Move someday. I think it's included as part of the Taito Legends collection, which I do have on I do have that on PlayStation 2. I just bought it. I used to own it, and I bought another copy of it because I sold that copy a while ago. I need more PS2 footage anyway, and it's always good to play old video games. I like to document my response to old video games. Just a sec. I like sampling games for the first time in like a decade or so, and just kind of getting my head around them. Huh, that was a decent bounce. Again, if you're good at pool, this might be fun, I suppose. You can press the B button to switch colors. I keep forgetting that. Blue's good here. Just bounce it off the side. I'm gonna need a jukebox music bed for this. I don't think I can make this bounce. I can't make this bounce. Wow! I'll let your boy. I did it. Okay, let's get a red up there. Ah! Tried again. I can't really get it over the side. Can I bounce it over the back? Let's try the purple instead. It's an easier drop. Boop. Got a 4 on that one. Switch colors. Red's good. Again, it's not very precise. Like the controls are kind of sticky, so it's kind of hard to like aim it to a specific spot. That's not great. Got it. That was nice. So all the bubbles that fell off count as bonus points for you, boy. I'm trying to get 2 stars if I can. Green's good. Purple or purple. Amazing. Bounce it over the side. Ah! Well, that was a waste. Nope, not good enough. Purple. Well, Wakanda forever. There. Purple. Nope, can't do it. Kind of a waste. Just bounce it over the side, I guess. Blue. Orange. Not gonna happen. Bounce it off the side. That's a miss. Yeah, that definitely counts against me. Blue's not gonna hit. Orange then. There. Yep. Good. Good. Up here. There. All right. This is a pretty long puzzle bobble game. So yeah, again, this is actually not a bad game. Only one color, huh? Bounce it off the side. Let's see. So if you look at the bottom of the screen where the scarab is, you can see the color in the thorax. That's the purple. So if you don't want green, you can use purple. Yellow's better. At least it's easier to match. Green, yellow. Yellow's good. We got a blue we can use instead of green. So yeah, this feels like a legitimate game. It's just that the controls suck. Maybe it's better if you use a slightly stickier controller, maybe it's a bit easier to deal with. But I don't like the controls here. It's hard to get precise, and the inability. And in a game like this, precision is like mandatory. Like it's really bad if you don't have precision in a game like this, because it's really hard to like hit tight corners. So the ability to adjust the controls would be amazing, which you can't run. Like if you could adjust the dead zone, maybe if you could use the D-pad for finer precision movements, that would be amazing. I want to say other games have done that. I want to say I played Puzzle Bobble on the PlayStation 4 with Puzzle Bobble 3D. I want to say it was like the VR version of Puzzle Bobble on the PlayStation 4. I want to say you could do it there. Can't do it here. And in a game like this, I would argue you want it. Let's see if we can get a bounce off the ceiling. Nope, didn't need it. Purple might fit again with a precise aiming mechanism. See, with more precise aiming, I could probably do that. So again, the disappointment. This game could have been good, but the lack of precision aiming, like the stickiness of the controls, do not help. And it's not the Joy-Con. The Joy-Con is almost never a problem when I play other Switch games. So it's just a problem here for this specific use case, and that's disappointing for the kind of game it is. I got it right here. All right, yellow or yellow. That bounce it over. I can't bounce that. It's not gonna fit. Okay. Yellow will work here. Boop. And those two dangling balls count as points, which is in real life. How do I get the purple in here? Let's bounce it over. I don't want to risk it. Let's just bounce it over. That's safer. Yeah, that was safer. And if we bounce that, blue will fit. That's a safe blue batch. And green. See if we can bounce it in. Again, not a fan of the aiming. So I'm gonna keep saying that so I can drill into my own head how bad this aiming is in case I forget. Yeah, again, no precision, no real precision there. So, and I'm also on a timer, which isn't great, but I've survived this long, so that's good. Can I bounce it over the side? Try that. That worked. That was a good bounce. That was a good carom. Yellow's on this side then. I don't know what color is next. I don't think there's a way to know what color is next. But I got 3 stars. Holla at your boy. This is my highest score yet. Too bad I'm not online so I can claim it. Can't imagine who's playing this game. Correct me if I'm wrong. I want to say this game is actually reasonably expensive. Like it's like in the $30-$40 range. It's really expensive at GameStop, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's like a $30-$40 game, which is a lot of money for a mini game collection. But there are a lot of games here. I want to say there's no chess or anything. Like there's no new chess, there's no GNU variant of chess. You know what I mean? Which I believe is also on a couple of other collections. Like I have a PlayStation 2 game over here, the Ultimate Board Game Collection, which actually includes chess. What kind of chess? I don't know. There might be some new, some GNU algorithm for that. Some public domain algorithm so that people can play chess on solitaire chess against an AI that's been programmed by the GNU team. You know, the open source AI for chess, which I want to say has been out there for decades. I think since the 80s they've had that algorithm out there. I don't know. I don't like chess enough. I don't like chess enough to know if the algorithm's any good. I'm sure there are some Reddit subgroups that will explain that. Green. Let's just go green. And of course, we hit it. The sculpture here rotates. You have to keep that in mind. I don't think I can bounce this in here. I could try, but this is a really tight fit. Nope, that was not going to happen. But again, I already got 3 stars. I'm just playing for score at this point. This particular part of the video has gone on way longer than I expected. So this is way more puzzle bobble than I'm sure you expected to see on this channel. Not a huge fan of puzzle bobble, but I do kind of like billiards. I played a whole bunch of billiards for the Super Monkey Ball collection on the Switch. It was a PlayStation 4. Played a whole bunch of billiards there. Loved the billiards in that game. Again, billiards alone is probably worth the price of admission in that. Like if Super Monkey Ball were a $5 video game, I would buy it just to play the baseball and the billiards. I think the Super Monkey Golf was kind of fun too. And the main game itself isn't that bad. And it wasn't Banana Blitz. It was the other Super Monkey Ball in the PlayStation 4. So it wasn't Banana Blitz. I think it was the one after that. But I made videos of that. So if you want to know what mini games are included in what version of the game, you can check out my video. Because it explains which mini games are included with which Super Monkey Ball game. Okay, I'm going to see if I can do a safer bounce. I don't want to miss. I just want a safer bounce. Yellow's good. But yeah, that's part of the reason why I make these videos, because I know that some versions of Super Monkey Ball are better than others. Can I bounce? I know I can bounce this one. Got it! That was a nice bounce. That was a perfect bounce. Let's see if I can get that red. Again, it takes a bit of tweaking on the aim, but it generally seems to work. Give me that. There you go. Remember, every time I don't get points, the fluid on the left side goes down. Again, my score is probably I've capped out the number of stars I can earn. So at this point, I'm just playing for score, playing for the high score. Blue, not that won't fit. Can I put it right here? Yeah. There. Ah! Didn't fit. Again, I always fool myself with that because it sticks to the side before I can get it around the side. So you're better off just bouncing it over the side. Can I get a blue here? There. That was bad. Oh well. Going for the green? That's a pink. That's not red. We'll go for the pink later. We can try a pink after. In other words, when you shoot the ball, it gets replaced by another one. So I don't think I can fit that in there. Ah! Close, but no cigar. Orange might be worth it. That's a safe hit. Bunch of pinks. Can't fit the pink in here. There's another one. Okay, so that's points. Green's good. Go for the green. Bounce it over the side. Good enough. Yellow, we can do, yeah, yellow safe. We'll do yellow. Bah! Missed. So I guess we're about to die, but that's okay. Red, middle. Ah! Crap. Yeah. Can't do pink. Yeah. Ah! Crap. Yeah. Pink. No. Purple and yellow. That's a dicey one. Ah! And it touched me, so I can't. Okay, so that was the trick. I wasn't allowed. I can't touch the ball. So now I know. I could have kept that going if I really wanted to. Okay, so this is a much longer video than I expected, but I got a high score, and that's what really matters. So yeah, puzzle bobbles, a part of this game. So we unlocked another thing. We unlocked the final island, it looks like. Because we needed 40 stars, right? Shaolin volleyball, wow. So we needed 40 stars, apparently. So we'll come back to that later. So how many stars do we have? It doesn't say how many stars we have. Anyway, so we'll finish up this island and we'll do a separate video because this video has gone on way longer than I expected. So a beautiful mind. Guess 4 color codes. Yeah, this one's kind of weird. It's a cryptographic game, but I can never make sense of it because it does a poor job of explaining how its self-contained system of clues works. For instance, guess 4 color codes within a limited number of tries. Select the code element. Press A to check the current combination. Start using the hint by pressing B, then confirming it with A. Holding L will highlight all occurrences of the curly selected color. What does that even mean? Show all elements with selected. I don't know what that means. Okay, anyway. It'll make a bit more sense once we start, but it's still weird. For instance, there are 2 colors to choose from. What's the proper color combination for these 4? Again, see on the bottom on the bottom row on the right side where it says green and 2 blue. No idea what that means. I think that means one of the colors is in the correct space. I don't know. So I think 3 greens means 3 of the balls are in the correct or have the correct color. I got it. So if you see 4 greens, that means there are 4 correct colors. Okay, that's odd. Again, I haven't quite figured out a system that works for me, if I'm being honest. Okay, so there are 2 correct colors in the bottom row. 2 of those colors are correct. Let me put it this way. 3 of the colors are correct in the bottom row, but 2 of them are in the correct position. So let's swap these. 2 of the colors are correct. Two of the colors are in their correct position. Maybe the blue. No. Okay. Nope. Okay. So we've confirmed that one of them is not blue. So by looking at this, if two of the balls are the correct color in the correct position, what does that mean? Look at the bottom row and the third row from the bottom. The bottom row has two balls that are the correct color in the correct space. I think the brown on the left is guaranteed to be correct. Here's what I could also do. This brown is probably correct. I could also do a hint. What's the hint? So let's try using it by using the B button. Then we confirm it by pressing A. So we skip 2 turns, but it tells us, okay, the one on the left is blue. So that's guaranteed. Okay. So the ball on the left is I can't select the ball on the left because it's already in place. So we've confirmed the ball on the left is blue. So go to the bottom row and the third row from the bottom. So if that's blue, that means the green, blue, blue is somehow correct. So that means, so if that's a blue, then that means the green, at least one of these is a green. One of these final 3 are correct. So go to the third row. The blue's on the right. Okay, so there needs to be a brown here, I believe. Okay, we got 3 correct ones. Yes, we got 3 correct ones. So we've confirmed the blue on the right is correct. The blue on the blue on the left is correct. The blue on the right is correct. So either the brown is correct or the green is correct. Look at the second line from the bottom. Either the brown is correct or the green is correct. Look at the third line from the bottom. So the blue is definitely correct. Blue. Yeah, so I mean, I think if you look at the far right column, the blue orb means the color is correct, but it's in the wrong position. I'm overthinking it. So if the blue here is correct, and the green here is correct, that has to be a blue, I bet. Or it has to be a green. Look at the bottom row. The blue on the right is correct, and the blue and the green is probably correct. Got it right. Again, this is a turn-based puzzle. Okay, so again, I don't know what the strategy is for figuring this out. Okay, so there's a blue, a green, and a green, and a brown in a different order. 3 of these colors are correct. So yeah, so there's definitely something here. So if you look at the bottom row, none of those colors are correct. So the green is not here, it could be here. So the second one can't be green, the first one can't be brown. So basically basically 3 of the colors are correct, but none of them are in the correct position. So there's at least 2 of one color, obviously. One is in the correct position. So it's definitely 2 greens, a blue, and a brown. Definitely 2 greens, a blue, and a brown. Maybe that one over there is green. Okay, we got 3 of the 4. All right, so does that mean one of them's a blue? I bet one of them's a blue, and I just forgot. Okay. So which one's blue, do you think? First of all, if you look at the bottom row, the blue can't be the last two. It has to be over here, over here. Probably here. But the brown could be here, right? Got it. Okay, so if I think out loud, it makes more sense. Okay, so green, brown. Two correct. So based on the final column on the bottom, there are two blues, a brown, and a green. The question is which one's correct. Definitely two blues, a brown, and a green. We could just do a hint. B. Confirm the hint. Okay, so the green is confirmed. Okay. So it's definitely two blues and a brown. Got it. Okay. Sometimes you just luck out. Let's try, now we got four colors to choose from. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. So one of these colors is correct. Do the hint. Okay, so the brown one's correct. So none of these are correct. So there are no blues. There are no blues here. Okay, so we definitely have two oranges and a green. So here's the problem. The brown is definitely correct, but two of the other colors are not in the right position. But the brown is definitely correct. So we probably need, so none of those are blue though. Like that maybe? Okay, three of them are correct. Okay, so there's either a green over here or browns over here. So which three are correct? Because one of them is wrong. Just a second. There are no blues because check the bottom row. The brown is the only correct color, and it's already confirmed. So there are no blues anywhere. Check out the brown. So it's brown, brown, green. Check out the row with the hint on it. Let's see, the middle row basically. It's the orange, green, orange. So two of these are right, but which two? Is the orange first of all, check out the hint row, the middle row. Yeah, fourth row down. Okay, so what am I thinking? I'm thinking that yeah, brown is definitely on the left. Are there any oranges? There's definitely a green. Okay, so the brown one is correct. So the other two are the wrong color. Okay. So what does that mean? Is there an orange here? First of all, are there any greens? Because there are no browns in the fourth row, according to this list. I'm probably overthinking it. Okay, so there are no blues. We know there are no blues. Just don't even worry about it. Try an orange. Okay, so this is our last chance. All right, so we were right. Okay, so here's the thing. We have a correct color. We have two correct colors and two incorrect colors that are in the right position. So there's definitely an orange, a green, and a brown here. So I bet the brown is correct, but the orange is probably here. Whoop, I missed. Oh, there was a second brown. Okay, that's still the best I've done. All right, king stuff. So we'll do it one more time. But I mean, okay, we're not gonna do another one. But you get the idea, right? So that's the kind of game this is. It's cryptographic. And as a comp sci major, I tend to approve, but I'm not sure this is really my thing. How do I get out of here? Menu. So we'll bounce. Okay, last game before we end the video. We'll do a separate video for the next batch of islands. That went on way longer than I expected, but especially with the puzzle ball. The puzzle ball lasts like half an hour by itself. The Fickle Temple. I'm not a huge fan of this game. Escape from an Egyptian temple full of traps. I want to say this is an auto-scrolling shooter. It's Flappy Bird, except you're not on the ground. Escape from the Egyptian temple. Use left and right. Use the left stick to move left and right. Flap your wings by pressing A. It's collect magic symbols to gain points faster, but you can't go backwards. It's Flappy Bird, which I've never played, so this will have to do. So I'll let you hear the controller as I press it. Yep, don't touch those. Don't touch nothing. Don't touch the gates. Waypoint Radio, I think, had a bit about Flappy Coin because the rights were the guy who made it apparently didn't want any of the success that came. Like he wanted a game that brought people joy, and he was mad that his game made people mad. So he didn't want any part of it. He didn't want any part of his success, and I don't blame him for wanting to walk away from success. So apparently the IP is now up for purchase, and I want to say some some tech bros bought the rights. They're gonna make it AI friendly, I guess, blockchain friendly, I suppose. I don't know. So the game will be very profitable. It's basically someone was. So I think the joke that Patrick Klepek made is that someone set a reminder, like a notification, to say, oh yeah, check on buy this IP on this date at midnight because the rights are available. So some cyber squatters probably got their hands on the Flappy Bird IP. Nope, nope, nope. Go lower. Yeah, don't touch the bottom. Just like in a balloon fight. Don't touch the bottom. Went better than I thought. I got 1 star at least. I'll take that. I guess that gives me a bit of a shield. Don't touch the gates. Okay. Yeah, don't touch the gates. Guess I got 1 star. So yeah, that's what this game is. Flappy Bird. Okay. So we're done with this video. If you want to play more, you can. I mean, maybe you'll get into a rhythm. I don't know. That's what this game is. So, after playing all 5 games on the first island, you unlock the second island. So we'll do a separate video for that, but we'll just tease it a bit. Yeah, some of these are puzzle games. But most of them are puzzle games. I did pretty well in this one. Clear the mine shaft from invading monsters. I don't even know what that game was. But we'll come to this in a second after I stop doing this video, which I recorded with my Plantronics headset plugged into the quad-core Celeron Windows 10 Education laptop with 1 gig, 1 gigabyte, 1 gigahertz processor, 4 cores on the Celeron with 4 gigs of RAM. The Nintendo Switch is plugged into a Vivitar USB dongle, so I'm playing this on a laptop with all the input latency that's happening there. Probably 2 or 3 frames of latency. Couldn't tell you for certain. Not a huge deal in a game like this, but kind of just wanted to get my bearings and sample this game. So we'll play more of the 60-in-1 collection. The 60-in-1 game collection on the Nintendo Switch, which, as I said before, includes this 30-in-1 game selection and this Volume 1 from a completely different company, I suppose. Who's the publisher of this? It's Merge. What does it say on the back? Go Crazy Games. All the genres. Action, sports, platform, strategy, match 3, and puzzles. Test your reflexes, your memory, and your wits. It's from Just for Games. Merge Games from the UK is the publisher, I suppose. We'll be back.